Welcome, lovely Capricorn, to your general timeless reading. I will begin your reading with crystal and turban seashell scrying, symbolic cards, and I also have tarot and oracle cards for you as well as divinely guided. Okay, lovely Capricorn, let's go ahead and roll and see what Spirit has in store. Holy Spirit, Holy Divine, all who are with me in the highest divine realms of love and truth, I ask that you please give me clear understanding, clear communication, and interpretation skills to bring forth the most loving, truthful information that Capricorn needs to know most. Thank you, Spirit. What would you like to tell Capricorn? Here. Thank you. Who is Capricorn? Very interesting. Oh, okay. This is weird. This is weird. Okay, Capricorn. Wow. Spirit, how do I explain this one? Okay, Capricorn. I'm seeing someone in front of you. It's like they have a piece, like two pieces. How can I say this? I'm trying not to sound gruesome. Okay, I'll say it this way. It's like I'm seeing someone with two skulls that are together. Okay. There are two eyes. So it's like you have half of a skull from one person and then half of a skull from a second person that are fused together. Okay. There's a lot of mismatch there. So what that's telling me is there's like either, wow, this could be, how can I say this? This could be someone having some kind of difficulty with their thought processes, or someone that may be wishy-washy for some of you, don't know what to think, going back and forth about a certain situation. Okay, so that's the person in front of you. Now you're behind this person. Okay. Virgo had something close to this too. Very interesting. But it's like you're watching this person, observing, just observing. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the symbolic card. Spirit, Holy Divine, what's going on here? What's going on? This could be some kind of attachment as well. We are in the retrograde. Okay, so the retrograde can bring in a lot of conflicting energies, or not being able, to think clearly, things like that as well. So that could be what I'm seeing. And if you are seeing this when it's not during a retrograde, because this is a timeless reading, that is okay. Okay, please tell me when. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, what do we have? Yeah, so see, there we go again, balance. There's something to do. Someone may have a chemical imbalance in the brain. Please know I'm not a physician or a licensed specialist. I can only give you what Spirit is giving me. Wow, Virgo just had this as well. A goal without a plan is just a wish. So what I'm getting with this, I'm getting a lot of busybody, like rushing around energy. Okay. And again, we are in the midst of a retrograde. So this could definitely be why. Okay. But somebody here, Spirit, who had, okay. So it's like, yeah, I'm seeing this being balanced. Okay. Whatever this is, a situation being balanced out. But there has to be some kind of plan with it. Okay. Spirit, Hello Divine, tell me which deck, please. Which deck for Capricorn? Here. Thank you. Okay, what do we have? Bear Spirit, healing. Yeah. And it's number 4. So please know, Capricorn, you are divinely being watched over, okay, in this situation. It's like taming the bear here. So whomever this is that you're observing that's in front of you, that would be the bear, okay? So it's kind of like with the divine's help, things will come into balance here. But there has to be some kind of plan. Without a plan, something here is not going to balance out. It's not going to be profitable. It's going to be, like I said earlier, the busy, feeling like chemical imbalances in the brain and things like that, not being able to focus, especially during this retrograde. Yeah. Okay, which deck, please? This one? Thank you. Okay, thank you. We have 10 of Cups. Very good. So we definitely have happy home here. Once that the divine helps this, whatever this bear is for you, it could be a person, place, situation. So once the divine helps with that situation here, that helps to balance something out, that's going to bring in a happy family. Happy family, happy friendships. Yeah, I like that. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, what else would you like to tell Capricorn? Okay, reverse or upright. Upright, we have 8 of Swords. Okay, so Capricorn, there may be something here that's making you feel like a victim, or someone here's feeling like they're being a victim. It could be whatever this bear is for you. If it's a person, could feel like it's like victim mentality, but it doesn't mean they're an actual victim. It's their perspective. Okay. Remember, we're in the retrograde. Okay, give me more about this 8 of Swords. Who is this 8 of Swords about, please? Is it the bear or Capricorn? Who is this 8 of Swords, or what is it about? Again, for some of you, it could be work, it could be school. This very, very busy type energy. Thank you. Justice. Yeah, so see, that's where, okay, you're going to have divine justice here in this situation, Capricorn, okay? So it's kind of a situation of like with this card here, with the number 4 and the bear. So again, it's the divine coming in to assist in a situation here. It's almost like there's like a bear energy, like a roaring, almost like a roaring, if I can get that out, lion type energy that needs to be balanced out. Okay, is what I'm getting here. This could be, for some of you, it could be hormonal, but we're retrograde. So, I want to be careful what I say here because we're all getting affected in different ways. But if you're watching this and it's not retrograde, just keep these things in mind, okay? Lots of things can cause us, especially women, it can cause us to, have issues with our hormones and, things like that. So if you're noticing that you're around someone like that or you're being that way, then you might need to research that more and find out if it's yourself, find out what's going on there so you can try to fix that. But yeah, whatever this is, the divine is going to be kicking in and bringing divine justice. Okay. Now, divine justice, what that means is, let's say this bear is representing a job. Okay. And let's say that this bear is the owner of a job where you work. Okay. And let's say that no matter what the employees do, they can't satisfy the bear, right? The boss. It's like they're doing the best that they know how to do. Okay. I'm not saying they're perfect, right? But they're just doing the best they know. And what happens is with divine justice is if spirit sees that someone is that's doing their best, okay, is kind of like being confronted by like something like this bear energy or lion type energy in a negative sense, then what happens is the divine will kick in and help more so the person that is kind of the one getting attacked. Okay. And it doesn't mean it can just be something verbally. Okay. It can be something small, it can be something huge. But regardless, it's like the divine will kick in and divinely protect you, Capricorn. So you don't have anything to worry about. That's what I'm saying here. As long as you trust and have faith in God and the Holy Divine, okay, with everything in you, and you know that you're taking action and you're doing the 100% best that you know how to do, then things will work out in your favor, okay? It may not go as planned, but things will eventually work out in your favor. You have the 10 of Cups here. So let me give you an example. So even if, let's say you're in a situation, I'll use a job again. So let's say you're at a work situation and there's a lot of people around you with this bear energy, okay? And you're trying to do your job and it's almost like you've got a bear attacking, right? Because how the bear is here. And it's like, and you're thinking, oh my goodness, I'm new at this job. I've got to have time to learn how this goes here, things like that. Because I know when I first started working as a nurse, trying to learn where all the supplies were in the supply closets and how they ran things. And then, when you switch jobs, you've got to relearn all that again. It never stays the same. It's just like if you move from household to household, it's never going to be the exact same because, you just like now, like where I'm living right now, this is different climates. So there, in different climates, I'm sure there's a lot of different rules. So it's like you have to learn to adapt. And some people don't adapt as easily as others, right? So I feel like that's what's going on here as well for some of you. Whether it's job, relationships, family, friends, intimate. But no matter what, just remember divine justice is going to help, okay? And ultimately, with the example I was using, so the job. So let's say it's a situation where you're doing the best you can, right? And you feel like you've just been put out to the wolves, right? And so then you're like, you know what? I have no choice, but to get another job somewhere. And so then you get hired on somewhere else. You leave that job and it may be a little sticky, especially if you're going to work somewhere where you get paid every 2 weeks. It may be a little sticky for a little while. But ultimately, it could be a few months from whatever this situation is comes in with the divine justice. A few months after that, you're going to be receiving this 10 of cups. Okay? So there will be happy family. And family can be close friends. It doesn't have to be biological family, right? It could be acquaintances, co-workers. So basically, I feel like Spirit's saying, just have faith and trust in God and the divine, okay? And no matter where your path takes you in this situation, as long as you have trust and faith, remember that God is with you. The divine is with you, helping you on your path, okay? Putting you where you need to be, where it's better for your highest good. And a lot of times, guys, when we have tower moments, it doesn't always mean that it's something horrible. Towers are things that it's like it happens for our highest good. Tower moments, especially during retrogrades, they're to help us, to cleanse us of anything that's not good for us, because all in all, we all operate in our own frequency. And if sometimes we are in, of course, our own frequency, and if we're not aligning with someone else's frequency, it's not because one person is the bear and one person is not the bear, right? It's strictly, if you look at it as energy, it's just because the energies are not equally yoked. So that's what can cause an imbalance here. Okay? So it's like Spirit saying that the divine is going to have to come in and do something. Now, there's not a tower card here, but I was just explaining that for anyone new on the channel. But it's kind of giving me the feel of it from what I was seeing in the crystals. And plus with this card here. And then divine justice coming out. So now, with the divine justice, anyone that is in the middle of any kind of court case, anyone that is doing some kind of legal matters, signing documents, anything like that, you might want to be very, very careful. Make sure that you read and understand every single word before you sign anything. Okay. Because especially during a retrograde, that is just not the best time to be signing contracts. But you most certainly can. Just make sure that you investigate it well enough to understand and know what you're doing. Know 100% for sure what's going on and what you're signing. Okay, Spirit, Holy Divine, what else for Capricorn? What else for Capricorn, please? What else for Capricorn? Okay, thank you. These. Okay, thank you. Reverse or upright? Upright. And reverse or upright? Upright. What do we have? Okay, we have temperance. Yeah, see, there we go. Balance, harmony, peace. Okay, that came out with the Ace of Wands. Brand new, passionate beginnings, Capricorn. This is beautiful. This is wonderful. I absolutely feel like Spirit's saying here, there is no matter what this situation with this bear means, okay, for you in your life, no matter what, even if you've got to go find a new job, even if you've got to, do whatever, it's going to work out in your favor as long as you are in divine alignment and you trust 100% that everything is going to work out for your highest good. And it will. It's right here. It most certainly will. Okay? So no worries, no stressing. And see, look at this lady with the temperance card. Look how peaceful she is. She's out in nature. And that is so you, right, Capricorn? She's out in nature. She's happy. She's peaceful. She's serene. So I feel like Spirit's saying, if you are experiencing some kind of bear energy from a situation, that it will be very helpful just to stay grounded. Go out in nature if you possibly can. Yeah. And just trust. That's the main thing, trust. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get one more deck here before I close. Spirit, Holy Divine, what would you like? Oh, thank you. That was fast. Okay, what do we have? Soul's Whisper. It says, your soul is whispering its deepest desires and truths to you. In the quiet moments, listen closely. It's guiding you toward your authentic path. See, you're on your way to some kind of path here. Where you're truly supposed to be. Spirit's trying to get you into alignment right now. See, that's what I'm saying. If this bear means a tower moment in any way in your life, what this is it's a tower moment, but it's to help to push you to the path, the exact path you're supposed to be on. Okay, moving forward. So it doesn't mean that it has to be a bad thing. It doesn't have to be a scary thing unless you let it. If we let our minds tell us something scary, then it's going to be scary. But if we tell ourselves that, hey, I believe and trust with everything within me that God and the divine has me, then there's no worries, no matter what. No matter what. I've been in some of the most horrible situations. And because I've trusted God and I trusted the divine, 100% everything that I needed and more was always provided. Always. I was in a situation when I lost everything I had, everything. Because I was I was sick. I was in an accident, and then I became septic because of some products that I had placed in me because of the accident. So it's like eventually it took its toll on me. I couldn't go to work, and I had to retire early. So, that was a situation out of my control. However, it was something I signed up for before I came into this existence. Okay. It was something for me to learn from. But during that time, I couldn't walk. I know what it's like to, be at a food pantry in a wheelchair. I know how that feels. I know how it can feel humiliating, but you know what it did? It stripped all of that away from me. It stripped it all. Gone. So that was a beautiful thing. I could look at that and I could say, you know what? That was a horrible tower moment. Or I choose to look at that situation as, wow, look how strong I was. I went in a wheelchair and sat for hours waiting to get just a little bit of food. Yeah, that was strong when I could barely even sit up because it was too painful. So you see what I'm saying here, Capricorn? Just because things, everything's not going to work out perfectly in our lives. But when we look at how our perspective is in a situation, the perspective is our choice. We can look at a situation in a positive way, or we can look at it in a negative way. And if we choose to look at things in a positive light, even if you have to still leave that job, it doesn't mean that you have to leave it in a negative way, right? You can still have that positive outlook of, okay, well, maybe this happened because I needed to learn something about my soul growth. Maybe the other person, maybe the boss at that job needed to learn something about soul growth. That's how this works. We don't have to be, in like any kind of like enemy type situation, because it's all about learning lessons. That's why we're here. We didn't come here to be perfect. And that's where we mess up, is where we try to be perfect. And we put expectations of what we feel like perfection is. Did we project that onto other people as well as what we think that okay, see, how can I say this? So we think we realize what perfection means for ourselves, right? We have in our minds what we think that means, what we think is beautiful, what we think is fun. Okay. And then, like, when we see other people not doing the same thing, it's easy for us to project what our thoughts are onto other people, right? But that's not why we're here. We're here to learn not to do these things. We're here to learn how to love, how to respect one another. Okay. We're here to have soul growth and understand that we have that choice on how we want to see life. We can see it in a negative way, or we can see it in a positive way. And choosing to see it in a positive, peaceful manner, that's the way that the divine is trying to help us energetically. So that's why we have this divine justice here, okay? And this number 4, which is the angels protecting, to help guide us through this in the correct, positive manner. So see, it's beautiful. It's not anything bad. It's beautiful if you see it that way. All right, that's how I'm going to leave it with you, Capricorn. Capricorn, you got this. Whatever this is for you, my friends, I'm wishing you so much happiness, love, success, and always remember, find your miracle in everything. If we look hard enough, we will find it. Much love.